It is the single most destructive event in recorded human history. Not war, but water. In one catastrophic moment, everything was erased. The planet became a realm of chaos, drowned in an impossible deluge. But in the midst of that total annihilation, one structure survived. Not an accident of nature, but the ultimate vessel of faith. A creation of impossible engineering. The Ark of Prophet Nuh. We will reveal its true, unimaginable dimensions. We will explore the forgotten resting places detailed in sacred texts. And we will challenge the modern theories that suggest we have already found it. The full story of the Ark's impossible survival starts now. Don't forget to subscribe to Historical Lessons for the next deep dive into the world's enduring mysteries. The crisis of the age. For 9 centuries, Prophet Nuh was a messenger of warning to a people who had become arrogant, idolatrous, and consumed by material strength. The refusal to listen and the mockery was relentless. Nuh began building his vessel not in a port, but in a distant desert valley, far from any conceivable sea. Every strike of his hammer was met with laughter. Are you a shipbuilder now, Nuh? Where is your water? Where is your ocean? They scoffed, challenging the very idea of his faith. The sheer scale of that commitment, a man building a vessel for a storm he alone believed in, is the first miracle of the Ark. The divine command. Detail the exact dimensions and materials as relayed in tradition and the Quran. Explain the gopher wood, the 3-deck structure, and the staggering capacity needed to carry not just pairs of animals, but the last seed of humanity. Pose the central question: was this a divine miracle that suspended the laws of physics, or the work of an unprecedented ancient naval architect following a perfect lost blueprint? The moment of no return, the sign of the command, water bubbling up from the most unexpected place, the oven. The flood was not just rain from the sky, but water erupting from the very foundations of the earth. The final passengers, the few faithful, and the pairs of every animal. The closing of the door by divine power, and the ultimate heartbreaking test for Nuh's own family. The period of the deluge. In the deep silence after the storm, the command to the earth to swallow its water. The re-emergence of the world and the single terrifying realization: the world was empty. this is where the historical mystery, the gap, begins. The question that divides archaeologists and theologians. The geological record shows the Earth was drowned by immense regional floods. But does it support the destruction of all life? We have to go beyond faith to science to find out. The regional versus global debate. Present the scientific evidence and counter-evidence for a global deluge. The Black Sea theory, the evidence of rapidly melting Ice Age glaciers, and the overwhelming evidence from geology that suggests a flood of that scale would have left far different layers of sediment. The conflicting data is the key to holding retention. Introduce the Gilgamesh epic, the Sumerian king lists, and other non-Islamic narratives that contain identical elements of a great flood. A chosen builder, and a preserved seed of life. Why do all these ancient cultures share the same traumatic memory? Our first and most important resting place, the Mountain of Judi. Detail the traditions surrounding this specific peak in Turkey, not Ararat. Describe the ancient monasteries and historical accounts that point to this site. This section is vital for your audience's interest in the core Islamic narrative. Introduce the towering, snow-capped Mount Ararat. Why did it become the popular favorite? Detail the numerous, often dangerous, Western expeditions of the 20th and 21st centuries. Show the historical photos and map-making that created the modern legend of the Ark on Ararat. Focus on one or two compelling, yet disputed, modern archaeological finds, like the Durapunar boat-shaped anomaly. Present the evidence, metal rivets, timber fragments, subsurface scans, but immediately follow with the scientific counter-argument. The gap. Why has no irrefutable, carbon-dated evidence been recovered from either site? The ongoing search is the story. The final message of the story. Conclude that the true miracle was not the boat's survival in the water, but the faith of Nuh that allowed him to build it. The lesson of the Ark is one of trust and obedience in the face of impossible odds and overwhelming scorn. The Ark was a lesson in physics and faith, but the real final message is this. When the storms come, the true measure of a person is not the height of their walls, but the depth of their belief. The secret is still locked within the mountains. Which peak do you believe holds the final truth? Tell me your theory in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Historical Lessons for the next deep dive into the world's enduring mysteries.